Fahim, first of all, a very congratulations to a very successful and peaceful elections held in Bangladesh. And of course, the people exercising their right to vote and of course choosing who they want as their leaders in Bangladesh and who they want to implement these reforms that have been talked about. Two very important aspects: a referendum that was held, a yes to that, implementation of the July Charter. Secondly, Tariq Rahman, of course, we heard in the Andaz what he had to say, telling his supporters, telling his voters not to celebrate as of yet going to mosque, showing himself as a very calm, humble leader, one that's going to actually put in the reforms and change the fate of Bangladesh, the country and the people. What do you say about this win of the BNP? A two-thirds majority, super majority, enough to implement all those reforms that have been talked about so much?
Thanks for having me here. I think this is an election where it is a kind of, frankly, a win-win election. It has win for everyone. Like, first of all, the government, the interim government must be credited for holding a very peaceful election. You know, in this part of the world, elections are always very violent. But like it has been yesterday, it is more or less very peaceful. No major kind of violence actually took place, and there has been no any kind of big time casualty. So this is one very important thing that the government should actually be can be credited for having this kind of peaceful election. Second is, as you have mentioned, the referendum. The referendum have got almost 3/4 of yes vote. That means there has been an overwhelming majority of people who voted yes. That means they have supported the reform and the July Charter that has been drafted for last almost 1 year. So it is that kind of mandate also comes from people, and that's why a lot of people are very happy about it. Third is, of course, you have mentioned the BNP, the largest political party, who has won a significant kind of majority, almost 2/3, in fact, more than 2/3. So they are also happy, though it is a little bit kind of expected that they will be obviously, have been leading in a lot of the polls and other things. So it is expected that BNP will have a significant majority, and they have actually got that significant majority. So they have also won the election. At the same time, I would say that the other political parties, mainly Jamaat-e-Islami and the NCP, who have actually made an electoral alliance, so they should not be very unhappy actually. So in a sense that they have also won, in the sense that, say for example, Jamaat-e-Islami, the last time they took part election, they got only 17 or 18 seats, and they have been almost kind of barred from doing active politics during 15 years of Sheikh Hasina's regime. So they are actually doing politics freely. They have actually had candidate in 230 seats, and they have won almost 65 or 67 seats. So this has been, and their vote share have actually increased from historical around maximum 12% to close to 30%. So they should also be happy that they are now the second largest political party in the parliament. And also there is the other very young party, less than 1 year old, the National Citizens Party, formed by the student leaders who led the revolution in 2024. They also got 6 seats. So most of their frontline leaders actually won in the election, even beating very strong BNP candidates. So I think they should also be happy that the very young party, but they have become the third largest party in the parliament. So I think there are a lot of, and above all, I think the people of Bangladesh have won. So they already got some big winning in kind of 2024. Now I think through this election, they have actually completed this win, and they are now getting an elected government, real elected government, almost after 1.5 decades.
As Ali Andaz mentioned, power was consolidated in one house of the parliament. According to the July Charter, there's now going to be the constitution of a bicameral legislature. How do you think that's going to affect the governance in the country? Of course, when power is distributed, it does result in a better governance, more transparency, more accountability, and a more consensus. How do you think it's going to play in Bangladesh?
Yes, like from our civil society, we have been kind of actively advocating for this upper house or the bicameral parliamentary system, where the upper house can actually have some check and balance on the lower house. And also with regard to any big constitutional amendments, the upper house needs to have some kind of role in vetting that thing. So I think that, and we're very happy that three-fourths of the people have actually voted for the reform or the referendum that included this new upper house reformation. And at the same time, there are a lot of other things about, so that there are not consolidation of power and kind of something like that. There cannot be, and no one can be prime minister or beyond 10 years of tenure. So these are very good, welcoming things. But I think there are some kind of issues that may actually have some friction in the coming days, because you see, though the July referendum actually had this upper house, and the establishment of upper house, or the election process has been of the upper house has been based on the proportional representation of votes. So so it is something that most of the other parties, apart from BNP, have actually pushed through, that the seats of the 100 seats, 100 of the seats will be allocated in terms of how much a party actually get in that proportion. But BNP actually wanted, and they also put in their manifesto, that they will implement upper house, but they want it at the proportion of number of seats. Now BNP has almost kind of 215 seats around. So BNP would like to have that according to the number of seats, with the, proportion to the number of seats, then proportion to the number of total votes. So that may actually create some kind of friction between. I am actually like appending that may be a friction in the coming months between BNP and the other opposition.